You don't even know what he did, do you?
Recently.
Mama
don't know?
I don't even think Mama knows.
She usually tells you.
I don't even think Mama knows.
She usually gives you the
because
update.
She would have said it if she knew what Trump did recently. She would have rolled out of her room, not able to look straight, because she would have been so much into saying what he did. Let's look and see who came in and say hello, because I've been trying to. While I'm doing this, I'll be like hoping you talk or something so I can get set up.
Why would I talk if you still moving stuff around?
I don't know. Talk about something. You saw Snoop Dogg something on TV. You're gonna talk about that.
We get to that.
We're not able to show the film because you said what?
Yeah. Well, you're saying it's YouTube, but you can't show it on your show if they're using a lot of profanity.
You can, but we don't really use a lot of profanity.
That's how his movie is. It's profanity.
Yeah.
His trailer.
Snoop Dogg. His trailer.
The trailer of the movie. Yeah. I don't even know what to say. So because I have it queued, and I said to Kim, can we show this? But you said trailers, we got to be careful too. Yeah. Still. Okay. Well,
today, Donald Trump, Ma, your friend, he throws his lawyers under the bus.
Oh, the ones that lady and all them people that's with him?
All of his lawyers.
That one lady that be trying to mouth off and...
All of his lawyers.
How?
He threw them under the bus.
How?
Now, we all know right now that the Supreme Court is looking at whether to throw his name off the ballot, which they won't
Colorado is the main...
Yeah. They're not going to do it. And I don't think they should. I told you that.
Well, I gave you a reason why, because they haven't...
He has been found guilty.
Yeah, but the people that are in jail for this insurrection, they were not supposedly, that wasn't the reason why they're in jail.
Right, so, they named it something else.
So why name that something else and then get him for insurrection? So it makes sense.
Okay. His lawyers agree it's not. They say it's not an insurrection.
Exactly.
Okay, his lawyers.
Right, and that's their defense. I give them that.
And their defense for him in all these cases is that how could he cause an insurrection when it's not even called an insurrection?
Exactly.
It's called, they said maybe a riot.
Yes.
Or something, but they wasn't trying to overthrow the government.
And I don't know.
So quit calling it an insurrection.
But the thing that pisses me off is the people that were at that time at the location there, why they didn't just call it what it is and then keep that going on moving forward. The theme, whether he started it, whether they were involved in it, insurrection.
Well, everyone is saying the same thing. His lawyers are saying the same thing. The court will probably say the same thing. Everybody's saying it's not an insurrection. Other than him. He's the idiot that keeps calling it an insurrection.
Because
he's a moron.
Think about this. His mind is thinking it's less powerful.
It needs to be called an insurrection.
I
caused them to try to overtake the government. Because of his ego. Because of his ego, he threw his lawyers and everybody under the bus. They have been going to battle saying it's not an insurrection. It's not an insurrection.
Take that word out of your, remove that word from your vocabulary.
So he goes online on a press thing and he calls it an insurrection.
Because it shows power for him.
All right, so let's play him calling it an insurrection. Because you know his
own pride gonna knock him down.
Well, you know his cult don't believe nothing. You got to show them. It's fake news, right?
Even
if you show him saying it, they'll say some AI generated it or something.
Exactly.
All right, here we go.
And the one thing I'll say is they kept saying about what I said right after the insurrection. Because I think it was an insurrection caused by Nancy Pelosi.
Following the Supreme Court.
Oh, because he's saying caused by Nancy Pelosi.
He said it's an insurrection, but it was caused by Nancy Pelosi.
Now, I don't know how he had tied that in. If he's calling it an insurrection, that's the first one.
Right. Which his lawyers and everybody said it's not an insurrection.
Nobody caused it because it's not that.
It's an insurrection, but it was caused by Nancy Pelosi.
So he's already pulled it back into that word.
Which is what Jack Smith and all of them are saying it is.
No, man, don't say that.
I told you he's a moron. Okay. And all Jack Smith has to do now is show that video where he literally said out of his mouth it was an insurrection.
Caused by Nancy Pelosi.
Mama keeps saying Jack Smith is brilliant. No, he's not, Ma. Trump is just a moron.
Yeah.
He makes this man's job so easy.
The more he talks, diarrhea of the mouth.
So he literally just said, they've been trying not, Fox is trying not to show it. But he just said, that's why Mama didn't know about it. He literally said,
find out?
I watched Midas Touch, all these
wow.
things. He literally says insurrection caused by Nancy Pelosi. Now, remember last week he said it was caused by Nikki Haley.
Right.
So now Jack Smith can show that video. He'll show the video to the court. You said last week it was caused by Nikki Haley.
Right.
This week is caused by Nancy Pelosi.
Well,
which one is it?
No. What we're saying...
Are you losing your mind?
No. You said last week so-and-so, this week so-and-so. We're saying it was you. It was an insurrection. We all agree, right, Trump?
Well, your lawyers don't agree.
You caused it, not the ladies.
Your lawyer said it wasn't an insurrection.
Well, see, who's right or wrong with that? Your client is saying it is one. He just didn't cause it. Oh, I tell you.
There's no way in the world the Supreme Court could be watching this and going, that man is a numbskull.
He appointed two of them.
And they got to be sitting there going, we got to save him from himself.
I don't know how.
We got to come back and say, regardless of whatever you call it, he has not been convicted of it yet. So he should not take his name off the ballot.
Right.
Now, all of these people who keep saying his name should be taken off the ballot, y'all got to stop that. Again, y'all can't stand Trump so much that y'all want to change rules and do all kind of stuff. No. If old man Biden beats him, he needs to beat him fair and square.
Right.
That's it.
With every state that can vote to be... I want the playing field to be...
Why would you want
fair.
His name off the ballot so he gets another 4 years to say, my name should have been on the ballot and I would have won?
That would have been votes I would have won.
Yeah.
You took my name off. And then you would have been hearing this until the man leaves the earth.
Yeah, so let his name stay on there. Y'all just so afraid that he gonna win. That y'all don't want his name on there. That says more about what you think about Biden than it does what you think about Trump.
Well, they did talk about that on The View.
What did they
Fred
say?
Flintstone says a lot of people don't have trust in him anymore.
On who? Biden? Biden is horrible.
Yes.
Then he gonna say today he's thinking about doing an executive order of in reference to the border. Why you didn't do that 3 years ago? Why all of a sudden now? I told you he could do an executive order. Thank you. I told you
Vote
he can
for me. I'm going to do this executive order.
He can do an executive order and close it down. So what is he talking about? Now he's talking about it because Congress can't pass the bill. So now he says, I might do an executive order now.
That's one thing I remember when Ben Carson was talking to the
students. He's not a good president. I'm sorry.
When Ben Carson was talking to the students at the college, one thing he did say that stuck with me, he says, you all need to learn political science.
You do.
We need to know how our country runs. Executive order. Do we even know that that's an option?
It is. If Trump
and
can
if
say,
we knew that was an option as the people in the country,
yes,
we would have pushed him to do it.
If Trump can say, the people in the country don't pay attention, Lenore.
That's what I'm saying.
All they look at
I'm just saying, lack of knowledge.
Yeah, they don't care about that.
And a lot of times we don't have the lack of knowledge, and then those of us who do, we don't pull everybody together and say,
people care about is Britney Spears and Justin Timberlake and Monique with her big giant head and all the people she talking about and all that stuff. That's all anybody cares about. But anyway,
but yet they do complain about the people coming over.
If Trump can say on day one that he's going to close the border, that tells you that he can do it on executive order. You going to keep eating candy and getting stuff in your teeth?
No, my tooth was hurting.
Oh, that's probably all that candy.
That's another reason.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, so if he can say on day one that he can do it, he can be a dictator and shut the border down. That tells you Biden can do something. He can do an executive order.
Yeah, see.
So he's old man sleepy.
Okay.
So I'm sick of him too. But yeah, that's the latest with President Trump. He's the only one calling it an insurrection. His people aren't calling it. His cult following aren't calling it an insurrection.
By Nancy or Nikki.
Candace Owens isn't calling it a insurrection. What's his name? Opie. What's his name? Opie, the one that got kicked. What's his name? His friend. Hannity and Tucker, Carson Tucker. Tucker Carlson. They not calling it an insurrection. His lawyers aren't calling it an insurrection.
They're trying not to use that word.
But Trump is calling it an insurrection.
The people in jail were not in jail for an insurrection.
But according to him, it is an insurrection. But it was caused by Nancy Pelosi.
But that'll be there. You can get on the other side of that. You know it. They will say, he said it was an insurrection caused by them.
Right.
Not himself.
Right.
So they'll find ways around it.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Emerald says, hey, ladies.